Okay, boys, so instead of telling you guys a crazy story, today I'm actually gonna be doing something that is really, really important. And girls, if you're watching, you might as well click off because you will not understand any of this. But if you're one of the guys watching this video, which I think is a majority of my audience, today is the day where I teach you the most important thing that every guy needs to know. And that is the bro code. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome to some tips and tricks and basically good common advice that I feel like every person needs to know. And that is the bro code. And if you don't know what it is, basically it is rules and guidelines that friends that are homies, that are the boys, need to follow. I think I made many videos about this where basically I talk about how I had a friend group back in high school that were called the boys. And all of us always followed the bro code. Yes, there were some times where I ended up not actually following it and kind of bending the rules a bit. And trust me, I always regretted doing it, but at the same time, without me bending those rules, there wouldn't be any crazy stories to tell on this channel. But other than that, today we're gonna go over the first rule of the bro code, and that is bros before Minecraft hoes. If you guys don't know what that means, well, basically no girl is allowed to get in between you guys. For example, if there was a girl that your friend liked and this girl ended up talking smack about you, if your friend was a real bro that followed the bro code, he would not listen to this girl yapping a bunch of bad stuff about your homie. It is a golden rule to always appreciate what the boys first, no matter what. So no matter how many girls talk bad about your homie, the homie will always come first, even if some of the bad things are true. Next thing on the bro code, and this is actually really important, is never date your bro's ex. Seriously, the reason they're called an ex is to be exterminated from that person. And obviously, you as a bro are not supposed to go anywhere near her, don't message her, don't talk to her. Once it's an ex, it's an ex, and that's final. And if this person's a real bro to you, trust me, if it didn't go well with your bro, her being with you would probably be even worse. And also, not to mention, there's plenty of women out there. Seriously, I literally tell stories about that every day. So please do yourself a favor. Don't date your bro's ex. Now, let's say you wanted to go get a girl and you need your bro's help to get a girl. Now, this is where the bro code rule number 3 comes in. Remember your wingman duties, okay? As a bro, you're supposed to be a wingman. You're always supposed to talk up your homie to any girl that he appreciates. And he should be doing the same for you. For example, if you guys are, let's say, at school and there's a girl that your bro knows you have a crush on, go up to that girl with your homie and let your homie talk you up in certain moments. This is the golden time for basically your bro to wingman you and basically talk you up when it comes towards other women that you are interested in. And going on to rule number 4, and this is actually a really important one that I think everyone needs to understand, and that is no gossiping, okay? No joke. I don't care how far you are, and I don't care if you guys get into arguments. As bros, you guys are not supposed to talk behind each other's back. Be as positive as possible towards each other. Don't get me wrong. I have many moments where I want to talk smack on my bros, but I'm gonna be honest, don't say anything that you wouldn't say towards their face. Because no joke, if you start talking behind their back, they're gonna start trusting you less, and honestly, at that point, you guys are probably not even gonna be bros anymore. Don't ever, and I mean ever, talk behind another man's back. Seriously, it doesn't sound good to you, okay? It doesn't sound good in general. Actually, fun fact, girls look down upon guys that talk smack about other guys. It's actually sad and disgusting. It makes you look insecure. Now, I'm gonna say another thing that's, I think, like, another really important thing that you guys need to understand is that being a bro is expensive, okay? And nowadays, knowing how everything's getting so expensive in this world, a big bro code rule is actually splitting the bill equally. It doesn't matter if one is more rich or one's more poor. It doesn't matter about anyone's financial decision. If you guys are all hanging out as bros, you guys should be able to split the bill equally. And let's say one of your homies is having a struggling time with money. Sure, you could spot him and then he pays you back. But either way, you never let finances get in the way of each other. And that is why you always split everything equally. That way the bros, you know, stay equal to each other. Now, this next rule I'm going to tell you guys could be taken very dark or very lightly. But basically, the next rule, and this is rule number 6, is that every bro should help each other out. I know it sounds normal at first when I, just explain it that way, but I'm gonna put it more into detail. Let's say your friend calls you and he needs to run away from the cops. You still help him. I know that sounds bad, and FBI, if you're listening, trust me on this, it's not as bad as it sounds, but like there's many situations where I've been called up to help out one of my homies get out of a sticky situation. And as a bro, you have to take it upon yourself to say yes and go help him. Think about it like this. If one of your family members was in a tough spot, would you help them? Chances are you're gonna say yes, and a bro is a part of the family. So basically, if your bro ends up getting a call saying, hey, like, can you fix my car? Hey, I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. Hey, I need to escape this girl's house because she wants to do the devil's tango, but she's crazy. I've used that one a lot, to be fair. You still have to do it. As a bro, it is your obligation, my guy. Now, going on to this next rule that is in the bro code is actually really important. Like, no joke, this is like really, really important. And guys, never ever do this to your homie because it's actually disgusting. But rule number 7 is don't date your bro's bro's sister. I don't care how big her cherries are. I don't care how attractive your homie's sister is. No joke. If he's a bro, stay away from the sister. No matter what. Even if she's interested in you, you stay away from her. Okay? As a homie, as a bro, you gotta think of her as your sister, bro. And you would never do your sister unless you're from Alabama. Then that's a little awkward. For all my Alabama viewers, do what you gotta do. But in my country or in the bro land, stay away from her. Seriously, it's gross. Don't date her. Don't even keep her in your mind. Nothing, okay? I don't even want you looking at her. Treat her as if she was like a really ugly person. There's many times where I thought my homie's sisters was attractive, and I always want to do the devil's tango with them. But in my mind, I always said to myself, she's ugly, she's ugly, she's ugly, she's a homie, she's a homie, she's a sister. And that basically kept me away from her. Kind of a crazy idea, I know, and sounds really insane, but the best way to help you out is picture her face with your homie's face on it. That'll probably keep you away from her. Now, going on to the next rule of the bro code, and this is actually like one that is just something that really doesn't occur into our minds until we think of it. But let's say a bro called you and you weren't able to pick up because you were either, you know, in the middle of something important with family or something was going on. Or let's just say you even forgot to pick up. Always call back because you never know what it's for, and also it's your bro. Always give a call back or give him a call because you always want to make sure he's okay. You never know how things are gonna get, and things can take a turn really quickly. So always be sure to call your homie, even maybe if you even just think of him. I know to this day, when I think of one of the homies, I always end up just calling them and seeing how they're doing, and they always appreciate it. Unless, you know, they're in the middle of beating their eggplant, then obviously it's a little awkward. But still, always give your homies a call. Now, going on to rule number 9 of the bro code, and this is actually kind of like an important one, I would say. Well, to be fair, all of these are important, but this one severely, in my opinion, is kind of sneaky and something that needs to be low key. And that is always look out for his girlfriend when he's not around. So an example of this would be, let's say one of your bros was leaving across the country and they had a girlfriend that still lived in the same city as you. Your job as a bro is to make sure if she is going to a party and your bro knows about it, you should also go to that party. Not with her, but go there to keep an eye on her. You never know what's gonna happen when your bro's partner is super far away from him. And to be fair, he's not around to see everything that's going on. I'm not saying you shouldn't trust her, but I'm not gonna lie. As a bro, just always be around to make sure she's, you know, not cheating or doing something that a bro wouldn't want her doing. Because if he's a real bro, let's be honest, he'd probably do the same for your girlfriend. And this doesn't mean you go for his girlfriend, okay? Because trust me, some girls are whack like that where they like to homie hop, and it's kind of disgusting. Okay, now one rule I'm gonna say, and this is the final rule I'm gonna say on this video, and that is rule number 10. Never leave a bro without a ride, okay? The amount of times I've seen homies taking girls home and leaving their homies at like the club or the school or the event they were just at and leaving him stranded is disgusting. As a bro, if you took someone there, you're supposed to take them back, okay? It is a golden rule. You never leave your bro for another girl unless, and I mean unless, you know he has a way back home. You always want to be there for him, and you always want to make sure he gets home safely. Think about it like this. You would never leave your little brother stranded somewhere. And as a bro, this person's basically your brother. So don't leave him stranded in a random place, no matter how attractive the girl is, okay? Seriously, you can take her home another day or get her number and plan another day to hang out with her when you aren't with the bros. Now, these rules I just told you are literally only 25% of all the rules of the bro code. And if you guys want to know more about the bro code, then press that subscribe button and also leave a like. And trust me, I'll make sure to tell you guys the rest. Peace out, guys. Now, I don't understand why not a lot of people understand the bro code. It is severely one of the most important things amongst bros. Like, no joke, if you're a guy and you don't follow a bro code, do you even have friends? Like, seriously, this bro code is a serious thing. And we're gonna actually continue the series. If you guys don't know, I actually made a part 1 about this, but this is the second part of the bro code. So let's jump straight into it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to the bro code. Now, the bro code's actually something really important, like I said earlier, and we're gonna start off with continuing off where I last left off. The last thing I said last time in the last episode was never leave your bro without a ride. But did I mention how important it is to make sure that your bro never gets a girl's name tattooed on him? Okay, the amount of times I've seen many bad tattoos out there, okay, no joke, no guy should ever get anyone's name tattooed on them, period. Now, I know you guys are thinking like, oh, but Bubba, what about my mom's name? Okay, fair enough, you can get your mom's name tatted, but let's be honest, how many people have the same name as your mom? And also, if you're doing the devil's tango with a girl and she looks at your chest or any part of your body and sees that there's a name on there, how in the world are you going to explain that? Oh yeah, you know, I have my mom's name tattooed on me. Like, dude, come on. You can't do a lot of stupid things. And actually, that goes along with the next rule of the bro code. Don't let him do stupid things or too stupid. What I mean by this is, as guys, we are actually like made to do crazy things. Like, if you guys see in any like superhero movie or even high school films, it's usually the guy doing the most outlandish things that could lead to a lot of trouble. From self-injury to getting expelled to doing a lot of things that could get you in just bad situations. And this is where I say, don't let your bro do it. Okay, if you know as a guy that your bro is gonna do something that he's totally gonna regret and it's gonna lead to a lot of trouble and it's just not worth it for him, tell him that. The amount of times I've saved my bros from doing bad things led to them actually being more successful than me and actually not as sad in life. So seriously, don't let it happen. Don't let your friends do questionable things that could do really bad stuff, especially when you're under the influence. Always make sure that there's a bro at standby to make sure nothing bad happens. Now, I will say this, when it comes to having a bro, you know, a lot of guys get into the most dark situations in their life that make you actually want to disband them. I know for a fact, like for example, there was one time where I had a bro and he ended up actually doing something that a lot of people frowned upon him for. And he actually went down in the popularity scale of our school just because of what he did. I'm not going to say what he did because, well, YouTube might demonetize this video if I do, but I'm going to say this, even though everyone did not like him and it led to him losing a lot of friends in his life, as a bro, I stuck by his side. Actually, till this day, I stuck by his side. And even though he's still alone and still basically kind of a sad person, I'm not going to lie, as a bro, I'm still there for him and I still treat him like a bro. You got to be there for the good and bad times is what I'm saying. And seriously, that's just another rule that you guys have to listen to. And now for the next rule. And this next rule is actually something that should be like well known, like it's common sense, but basically never hit him below the belt. If you guys don't know what this means, basically never hit a guy or your bro in the eggplant area. I know how in movies we always see girls hitting guys in the eggplant area, but as dudes, we should not do it. Because one, it's kind of sus that you're even considering touching your bro's eggplant, even if it's for, you know, hitting purposes. But I'm gonna be honest, anything below the belt is off limits. I'd rather have a guy punch me in the face than punch me in the eggplant. Seriously, it is just a no-go, and just don't ever consider yourself doing it. I know it's a way to actually make them hurt a lot, but at the same time, like, it's a cheap shot. It's like in boxing when you hit someone in the back of the head and it's an illegal shot. It's the same thing for hitting them in the eggplant. It's just a no-no. Seriously, don't do it. It actually leads me to a time where I remember one of my homies, he was hanging out in the hallway and his girlfriend actually ended up walking up to him and straight up kneed him in the eggplant. And trust me when I say this, after that whole situation in front of everybody, when it happened, his spirits were at an all-time low. And actually, that leads to my next point, and this is the next rule in the bro code. When he's down, pick him up. No joke, after that whole thing with him getting kneed in the eggplant area, I'm gonna say this, I ended up actually making him realize how it's funny and just kind of lifted his spirits up from it. That's the thing. Bros now and then tend to feel down. They tend to feel alone. They tend to feel sometimes that things aren't just going their way. And I even get these moments all the time, and I'm sure you guys do as well watching this video. So in my opinion, if you're on an all-time low, pick him up when he's down. Seriously, your bro is always there for you. And actually, I'm always there for you. If you guys ever feel alone, just join the Discord server, link down below, and I'm down to talk to you guys and maybe lift your spirits up. Because if you're watching this video, chances are you're my bro. And also, if you press the subscribe button, you're also my bro. But now comes to another rule that I need to address. And I'm maybe not the right person to say this rule, but at the same time, I'm gonna say it because I have no one else with me right now in the room. But if your bro has a girlfriend and you think that that girlfriend is cheating on him, you have the obligation and the total right where you have to tell him that. I know a lot of bros want to, like, you know, be happy that their bro is in a relationship, and I totally get that. But if you know that something's going down and this girl is gonna be bad, like news, and especially if the girl's like, for example, cheating or talking to a ton of different guys, your duty as a bro is to tell him that. Sometimes guys are so like love struck and in love to the point where they can't think straight. They only think about what's, well, between their legs. I should know this because, well, my whole channel's filled with it. But seriously, it is your duty to make sure that if you think that their girl is cheating, you gotta tell them. You gotta. Like, there's no excuse. I shouldn't even have to make an excuse. There's no, oh, but like, it's not my place. If you're a bro, it is your place. And if you think that it's not, then are you really a bro? Like, seriously. But that also leads to my next rule, which kind of almost contradicts it. And I say almost because, well, you never know, right? But at the same time, this next rule is basically respect each other's boundaries. Okay, now I understand totally 100% that it's funnier to make fun of someone's, like, you know, dead parent to, you know, making really harsh, dark humor jokes when it comes to your homies and bros. That that probably no one's gonna hear. Like, let's be honest, if someone recorded my Xbox game chats back when I was like, I don't know, in high school, I'd probably get canceled. But out of all those dark jokes I made with my homies, and even though some of them maybe seemed like a personal attack, we knew each other's boundaries for how far we could go. Like, for example, I had one homie that had a dead dog, and honestly, the first couple months when his dog died, we didn't make jokes about it. But when he made a joke about it, that's when we all started making jokes about it, because we knew that it wasn't gonna pass his boundaries. That's the thing. You can kind of sense these things when you become bros with someone. Just make sure you respect the boundaries of someone when you're making these jokes, because some people just don't understand that. And just getting into your bro's personal life to an in-depth point where you seem like their father instead of their bro is a really bad thing. Like, for example, I had one of my bros actually end up trying to do my finances even though they didn't understand anything about my life. Just don't get into people's boundaries. Seriously, it's just not worth it. Okay, so this next one I'm gonna say requires you to lie. I know not a lot of people can lie on this world, but I'm gonna say this, sometimes you have to. And actually, there was one time where I had one of my homies, his girlfriend actually ended up calling me, and I didn't know why his girlfriend was calling me, but when she called me, I picked up the phone and said, yo, what's going on? Hey, Bubba, I was just wondering, do you know where Travis is? Like, seriously, I need to talk to Travis, like, right now. Do you know where he is at all? No, I have no idea. Even though he was sitting right next to me. I'm gonna say this, if your bro's girlfriend calls you and asks where he is or where he was, you have to lie and say, I don't know. Okay, seriously, no matter what, you have to say, I don't know. I don't care if you actually know, and I don't care if they're sitting right beside you, and I don't care if they're in the same party as you talking to a different chick. As long as he is being your bro, you can't say anything. You don't know anything, that's it. Simple as that. I know some people think like, oh, like that's so rude though. Like that makes no sense. The bro code is not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make only sense to the bros, okay? So just follow along with it and don't break that rule. And now this final rule that I'm going to tell you is really important. And honestly, I might have to make a part 3 for the series. So if you guys do want the next part of the bro code, press that like button and subscribe. But the last part is never leave a fist bump hanging. Seriously, the amount of times I've given a fist bump or a handshake towards someone and they totally acknowledged it but didn't do it really hurt my feelings. And to this day, if I see someone leaving me hanging, they're not a bro. If anything, I guess they're a loser. So my opinion, never leave a bro hanging. Even if it's a simple fist bump to a handshake. Don't leave your bro hanging. And as a bro right now, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see all you dudes in the next video. Peace out, guys.